Just asking, he said. President Trump seems to be liking the idea of holding his upcoming summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un at the inter-Korean border village of Panmunjom, thrusting that tiny village into the global spotlight once again. Now we want to get an expert's opinion on all the latest developments. Dr. Mark P. Berry is the associate editor of the International Journal on World Peace and an adjunct professor of management at several schools, and he's joining us from New York. He's also a North Korea expert with personal experiences with North Korea's Kim family, having met with the regime's founder Kim Il-sung and his son Kim Jong-il in the past. Dr. Berry, thanks for joining us. Now, in your mind, how likely is it that the North Korea-U.S. summit will take place at the same location as the inter-Korean summit?
The remark that President Trump made today kind of shoot from the hip, but that's how he makes decisions. And I think he thought that the summit in Panmunjom was done so well in terms of the production values, if you will, that he wants to do the same thing. Secondly, he could suggest that at minimum he walk over the military demarcation line with Kim Jong-un, and that way he could say he's the first sitting U.S. president to walk into North Korea. Furthermore, he could go to Panmunjom, the North Korean hall just across the DMZ. They could actually have some meeting or a lunch meeting or a dinner banquet there. And of course, they would use Peace House as well on the South Korean side. So there's a lot of pluses for that. But it is subject to President Moon encouraging the idea and not giving strong and credible reasons why it would not be a good idea.
Now, speculation on the potential summit location has been building for weeks now, and it's reaching fever pitch. In your opinion, how big of an impact will the venue have in the outcome of the talks between Trump and Kim?
President Trump is a television personality, and President Moon put on a great show with Kim Jong-un. And in fact, he may even regard Kim as a greater showman than even President Moon. And Trump doesn't want to be outdone. You know, the talk about a Nobel Peace Prize, it's not a meaningless thing. I think President Trump wants to have a great foreign policy accomplishment. He's been suggesting that there were 4 places, 2 places, whatever, and now he suggests Panmunjom. But I think it shows that we're getting closer and closer. And I think perhaps just as importantly, he suggested yesterday that the summit may only be 3 weeks away, which means we're talking about late May.
And President Trump said Monday that if the U.S. pulls out of the Iran nuclear deal, it will send the right message to North Korea. Trump has until May 12th to make up his mind on that, but increasingly it looks like he wants it scrapped. If he pulls out by that date, would this have a positive or an adverse impact on the upcoming Pyongyang-Washington
Most definitely, President Trump
summit?
Is thinking about the impact of continuing with the Iran deal upon his summit with Kim Jong-un. It's a little bit more of a complicated subject, but I think that I tend to agree with those who feel that this would not help things if President Trump were to do anything remotely resembling pulling out or saying, well, you need a new agreement. The reason is that establishing trust is a very, very difficult thing. North Korea already has said we don't want to be like Saddam Hussein and be victimized as Iraq was with the U.S. invasion. We don't want to go down the road that Gaddafi did, because in the end, the U.S. supported forces that ultimately helped remove Gaddafi. It's bad enough the U.S. president has 4 or 2 4-year terms and isn't there for 40 years. So it's hard to trust the United States. So President Trump may think that this is helpful leverage with North Korea, and he in fact said so at the Rose Garden early this afternoon. But I tend to disagree. I think that establishing trust with Kim Jong-un is extremely important, and either one is equally likely to walk out of it even days prior to its scheduled taking place.
Dr. Berry, thank you for your insights today, and I hope to speak to you again.